great day, Masters. Welcome back to another episode. My intention is to reiterate how loved you are. If you've been in a position where you may have experienced doubt, fear, shame, you've decided to do something new in your life, it often comes with a lot of fears that start to pull up to the very top. Things that were buried inside of you, they come very much up to the top. And at times you can get lost inside of, is this thing having doubt? Is this thing really for me? Where are these negative thoughts coming from? And if you've actually been in it in some time, it actually is one of those things where negative thoughts are starting to happen in the background of your mind and you're not even aware of it because you're so engrossed and so enriched inside of this new opportunity, whether that be in career, relationship, something new that you're doing. You're trying. You're pushing yourself to do something different. I don't want to say push as in forcing, but you are extending and developing and growing yourself and stretching yourself. And it is one of the most courageous things that you can do. And my intention and message is to let you know how deeply loved you are. And a part of that, in terms of self-acceptance, I want you to do an exercise. And I want it to be around your relationships and connection. Yes, I had a situation where I too have been stretched and entering into a new career phase and doing well, but a lot of the old patterns and mindsets and behaviors creeped up and I didn't know it. The things that I had placed inside of my own self-care and just rituals and habits seemed to not work as clearly, as quickly as I needed them to, because there was a lot of variation, a lot of change. And if you're like me, regardless of the situation, one of the pieces that we have to do is find solid ground and go back to what has been working. And what's so beautiful is inside of the relationship, I was reminded by an amazing woman, a family member of mine, how much and how deeply I'm loved and how much God allows relationships, you to be in relationships that fill you up, and you are a blessing for someone else and someone else is a blessing to you. It says in his word to love each other as he has loved us, right? You love your neighbor as you love yourself. And a part of that is accepting how deeply loved you are, and you can be blessed by other people being in their purpose, being in their field, and just wanting to pour love on you. And sometimes you can miss it because you're so gotta go, gotta do this, gotta do that, and you miss the love, the connection, the acceptance that's readily available for you. And my message and intention is to remind you that you are so loved. And as you decide to continue to stretch, it is amazing. And I want you to continue to practice self-acceptance, because you're not going to be perfect. Not all of the things are going to happen perfectly, but your decision to do something new is amazing. And check this out. It's so amazing because no one else on the planet could do it but you. You making the decision is literally you becoming an answer to someone else's prayer. You making the decision to stretch yourself to grow is literally the answer to someone's prayer. You are being developed and stretched in the emotional and spiritual gym of self-development to continue to become someone's prayer. You are that today. And as you continue to develop in the thing that you're doing, you're going to meet and connect with and be able to positively impact more people. We know what God is, and we know he's love. God is love. And God works through people. He works through you. He's working through me through this screen talking to you. He's working through you as you go to work, as you're parenting your children, as you're talking to your friends, as you're talking to your parents or your siblings, your family member, and your significant other. He is moving through you. So this connection, how we're all connected, is through love. And by deciding to be in your purpose, by deciding to do the thing that you do so effortlessly, where other people really feel like it's work, but you do it and it's just so much fun. And when you're in it, you know you're in it because your experience is such that it's just easy. And the other person, you know that they've received it because they feel like a weight has lifted off of them. It feels like a breath of fresh air. There's not just, for example, if you're an interior designer and someone who may not like to design spaces, but you know that you want to beautify your space. Well, part of your passion or part of your gifting is you help to turn spaces into experiences. It's not just about a bathroom. It's not just about a living room or a bedroom. It's about the feeling of going to your room and being able to be enriched and renourished and restored in your bedroom. Being able to have a living room to be comfortable in, to host others, to connect and have love and community and laughter in that space. If that's something that you do, that's how God moves through you to other people. Whatever it is, the thing that you do, it could be speaking speaking life into people, reminding them of how that they're gold, reminding them how much that they're loved, and allowing them to know that it's okay not to have everything perfect. You are good. Self-acceptance is one of the biggest forms of self-love. As you start to accept your situation, accept where you are, accept you are on your path and all things are working for you, it no longer becomes what's missing. And it no longer becomes the people who may try to distract you from being clear about what your path is. Family, I remembered when I decided to leave Hampton University, I graduated, and as opposed to coming back to my hometown, I decided to take a bus from Hampton, Virginia to New York in the big city. I had an air mattress and a suitcase, and I just knew I didn't want to go back home. I knew that there was more for me. No, I didn't have much money. I think it was like $300 from my income from the taxes that you get at the top of the year. Had some money left after homecoming, or not after homecoming, after spring break. Had some money left after spring break. And I remember just feeling excited to go to New York and excited for this new journey. But as soon as I got there, one of the things that happened was someone who didn't know me, they saw me pull up my suitcase from the subway station, and they said, "Welcome home." Had no clue that I wasn't even from there. And that was one of God's angels just speaking and reiterating to me. But as soon as I got there, didn't have any curtains, had an air mattress that kept having the holes that were popping in it, had a ramen noodle budget and actual ramen noodles. I was just doing a lot of things bare bone. But can I tell you that I had to depend on God in a way that started to strengthen my heart and strengthen my muscles. And although I didn't have the fancy of clothes, my bedroom and just things that I had just wasn't a lot, especially coming like to New York as a fashion capital. Things move fast. I'm a Midwest girl. So having to adjust to different things, God in his love for me was shown just through the basic necessities. I was happy that I was able to have a meal each day. People told me that I wouldn't live there or survive there beyond 6 weeks. I instead thrived there for 6 years. Got a chance to do some amazing work as well as get a higher level of education as well. My point is inside of that transition, I definitely experienced doubt. I questioned when I first got there, if I had made the right decision. I was wondering, how is it always going to be like this? I was looking at other people wondering, when am I going to get to where they're at? My parents, I asked and said, "Hey, I need some help with this rent." They're like, "Baby, we ain't got it." We love you, but we ain't got it. We can only help but so much. So I really had to figure out things on my own. But inside of that, I became closer to God. I use that story because wherever transition you are, that was me, leaving college as a young adult and figuring things out. But that experience is very much similar in terms of the feelings. Anytime that I have made a transition is probably similar for you too. It's natural for doubt. It's natural for fear. It's natural for the things to show up that you've been carrying as you go to a new process, as you go to a new stage. My message to you is to know that you are loved and that God shows you that how much you're loved through your relationships, through your healthy relationships. Someone who's showing up in their gift, showing up in their specialty, showing up to just give with no expectation and just pouring into you. When you're filled up in that way, whether through just doing that for yourself and being in your word and just allowing God to just marinate you in his presence. And then you allow other people to do that. That's another thing. Allowing people to help you, allowing people to speak life into you, allowing people to give you new ways and correction of how you can do things differently without taking it personally. That's the feedback video we could talk about. I'll link it in the description. What I want you to know is that you are loved, and it is okay not to have all of the answers. It is okay that one thing, that two things that you wish it just was done so then you could be happy and content and not have to think about it anymore. It's okay that is left undone. I want you to put your hand up to your face, and I want you to do this. You see how close my hand is? You can see a little bit of my eyes, but you can't see my full face. That's how a lot of people's issues, or they allow their issues to get like right here. Instead, pull your hands out and expand your perspective. That's what the issue is. It's right up here, and the fear and the doubt, and it can make it super big. It's not real. It's an illusion. Pull whatever that thing is that is causing you challenge and that's causing you to feel anxiety, causing you to feel negative and critical. Pull that thing out. And if I pull it all the way out, my screen is not even showing my hands. My hands are still out, but my perspective and view is not even showing my hands. In fact, I have so much open space that I can only see opportunity. That's how you have to treat the things that kind of the chatter in your mind that comes up. You need to treat it. Don't put it here in your face. Pull it out and instead see all the brilliance of space, all the opportunity of gratitude, of goodness, of love, of just things that are working for you right here, right now, and say thank you for them. You are worthy. You are worthy. Masters, I hope that you enjoyed this episode. I just wanted to let you know that you are loved, and God shows you how much you're loved through your relationship. Be a blessing to someone else, because someone very close to you who you may not even know and recognize it in this way has been blessing you. Take care. Until next time.